Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the Glitched Out Gaming Podcast, the podcast done by fans for fans of everything nerdy in the realm of gaming. I'm your host, Lord X, and I welcome you to the show once again this week. And joining me, as always, the one, the only, he's gone quite primal for this episode, it's Israel Pacheco.
I don't even know how to respond to that. What's up, man?
Not much at all. How about yourself?
Not much, not too bad.
As you can tell, folks, we're a far cry away from a good show again.
Okay.
All right, so,
the puns never end.
Not with me around, that's for damn sure. So, yeah, we were a little late last week getting an episode up. Hopefully this episode's going up on time, Friday morning. We can pray with actual gameplay footage being shown of whatever that may be. But, yeah, it's been a kind of a slow week, so we don't have a whole lot to go over, or nothing really in-depth to talk about, except for maybe our topic of the week, which has raised a few brows around. So,
Yep.
Let us kick this show off as we kick off every show with the been playing section.
I thought you were going to say the Big Boss Report for a second. So I guess I'll kick this off. The same thing that I was playing on the previous episode, and that is the original Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, on the PS4 on the Nathan Drake collection.
Mm-hmm.
I finished that up like right after we finished recording. So it looks fantastic. I definitely, by the end of it, there's definitely some sections that I had issues with in terms of pacing and design. Like there was a few spots where I kept just falling because it wasn't clear where you had to jump to in the platforming sections, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end, the last boss battle, which was weird, I kept dying for whatever reason because I wasn't doing it correctly. So there was some design issues with it. So it definitely showed its age towards the end of the experience, but it's still a very good game. The writing is still excellent. That really holds up still.
Nice.
The voice acting, the dialogue between the characters. It feels fantastic on the DualShock 4, which is something I didn't mention last week, because the DualShock 4 is probably one of my favorite controllers ever, to be honest. They just really have a great design on the controller, and this time around you're using the triggers instead of like R1, L1 on the PS3, and I think it feels a lot better, a lot smoother, moving Nathan Drake around the world, but yeah, that's it for me. I really haven't had time to play anything else since the last recording was, what was it, like Friday, Saturday?
Yeah.
It was only a few days ago, yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure I'll be diving into Uncharted 2 sometime this week and probably Uncharted 3 later on. But, yeah, I haven't been playing anything else.
Right on. As for myself, I have been playing a few things, but not really anything in depth, to be honest, because like you said, we only recorded a few days ago, and most of what I've played has been yesterday and today since I had the 2 days off.
Mm-hmm.
Those things being, I finished up my second run-through of Until Dawn on the PlayStation 4. Still absolutely love that game, though I am putting it aside now. I'll probably go back down the line when we get into another dry spell, just to see if I can get to Platinum, though I really, really don't want to go through the tedious work to actually get that.
Was it a lot of, like, collectibles? What is it, the totems and all that, and all the different endings and character decisions and stuff, I'm guessing?
Pretty much, yeah. The only ending I have left to get is the kill everybody one.
Okay.
Probably would have been fun, but still. Lots of work and collectible shit and a few other like odd decisions you need to make in the game.
All right. It's not too bad, but I could see where it could get frustrating replaying the same thing with different outcomes.
Yeah, and right now I love that game so much. I really don't want to taint it before I start, thinking of my games of the year and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I decided to put it aside for now. I played a bit more of Disgaea 5. Again, still not very much. I've done like 3 missions, I think, in the main story so far. So yeah, not really far, but I am enjoying the game. It is Disgaea. If you've played 1 through 4, you know what you're getting. I've played through a bit more of LEGO Dimensions. I think I'm nearing the end of the main story now. Still loving that game. I actually played through the Ghostbusters level earlier today.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that was fun. Just like hearing the music. Just so great. And I cannot wait for the pack to come out in, I think, January for the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I think it is January.
Long way away, but yeah, I'm still quite enjoying that game. I'm probably going to finish it up over the course of the next few days before Tales of Zestria comes out next week. Let's see, what else have I been playing? I have actually played through episode 1 of Minecraft Story Mode, The Order of the Stone.
Oh, that's right. That just came out. How'd you like it?
It was good. I have to say, like, going into it, I was a bit cautious because it's Minecraft. Like, how could they do Minecraft, really? But they actually did it well. I mean, yes, the game, it looks like Minecraft. They do include the crafting system. It is in the game. You do it from time to time. The story is actually really good. They've taken a game which, doesn't have a story and have put in a story to it, which I thought was really clever, really well done, too. The voice acting from Patton Oswalt is awesome, as well as, what's her name? Ashley Johnson, if I'm correct? Yeah, her. She was great as well. So yeah, it's good. I quite enjoyed it. For the trophy or achievement hunters out there, there's actually one missable trophy into this one. Like, you have to do a certain thing in order to get a trophy. It's not just complete each chapter, so they've tossed in a few curveballs there. But overall, I enjoyed it. I can't wait to play episode 2 probably 3 months from now, knowing Telltale.
The most important question that I gotta ask is, does it run like crap? Because, Telltale's engine, when it comes to these games, which I haven't really played them recently, to be honest, on PS4, so I don't know how they're holding up on PS4. Are they still having, like, stuttering and, those issues that they had on the previous consoles?
I haven't experienced it with this one. I'm trying to think. I have a bit with Game of Thrones and Tales from the Borderlands, which I have played on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I had some weird glitches, excuse me, in both of those. Like, for Game of Thrones, there was one scene where, like, everything went black except for the main character. That was weird. But,
then it just shows up on the screen, winter is coming.
But, it was probably the help from Mojang, perhaps. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, overall, it's good. If you do enjoy Minecraft, I would... Fuck, I have something in my throat.
It's a glitch.
Yeah.
It's a glitch.
I would suggest for people to play it. And don't go into it thinking that it's going to be kid-friendly. Well, it is kid-friendly, but it can be enjoyed by anybody. Just like Minecraft.
Interesting. I'd probably get it just to try it out as something that I would like play with my brother, to see his take on it, since he likes Minecraft so much. But yeah.
Episode 1 is up. I would suggest it.
All right, I'd probably check it out, but it's so much coming out within the next few weeks.
Yeah, you'll finish it in 2 hours. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we'll wait 6 months till they get episode 2 to us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that does it for what I've been playing. So it is time to move into the big boss round of news.
Yes. I think you didn't get that going. Yes. So I'll start off with the first news story you have here, and that is Darkest Dungeon has gotten a release date. It's going to be January 19th, 2016 on PC, PS4, and PlayStation Vita. I'm
Vader.
not familiar with this game, but it seems to be some sort of indie title, and now the dogs are going crazy. They must be fans of this. Um, but yeah, it looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware of this before this recording and this news story that you put here on the docket. So
All right.
it
Well,
looks interesting. So I guess you'd be better off explaining what this game is about.
all right. Well, I'm looking at the Steam page right now. It's actually out right now on early access. So if anybody's
Oh, okay.
interested into it, you can dive into it. But this is the description for Darkest Dungeon. It is a challenging, gothic, roguelike, turn-based RPG about the psychological stresses of adventuring, recruit, train, and lead a team of flawed heroes against unimaginable horrors, stress, famine, disease, and the ever-encroaching dark. Can you keep your heroes together when all hope is lost? So it's a roguelike, semi-turn-based RPG of sorts. I think they showed this off at either E3 or... No, not E3. I think it might have been PlayStation Experience of last year. And it looks really good. And looking at some of the reviews here right now, Boogie2988 has written, this game is currently early access, but it's already more complete than many games upon release. Stress system is unique, fun, and worth exploring. So, yeah, it's been getting really positive reviews. It's very positive on Steam right now.
Sounds good.
Yep. Like I said, folks, it's been a slow news week. Alright, so moving on to our next news story. For those in the UK, this one's for you guys. Probably all one person that may be listening to this.
You'd be surprised.
Fair enough. If you're from the UK, let me know down in the comment section below. Sony has revealed a limited edition steelbook case that's set to be released to celebrate the PlayStation's 20th anniversary in the UK. That's right, available to pre-order now for $59.99, I believe, pounds. The steelbook will be released on October 23rd and comes bundled with a £20 PlayStation Store voucher and a 12 months of PlayStation Plus membership. Oh, and a collector's booklet as well. But the big thing about this is that there's only going to be 20,000 copies of this steelbook made, and 5 of those 20,000 will contain a golden ticket. No, you're not going to a chocolate factory. That golden ticket, if you find one of them, you will get a 20th anniversary edition PlayStation 4 console.
I'm surprised they still have these around. It seems like they got enough to give everybody but us.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting one. Everybody's getting one. Jeez. Like all these contests they're giving away.
Mm-hmm. Probably like the
one
last,
of these.
probably like the 20 that they had left. They were like, okay, contest for everybody.
Yeah.
But I think this is pretty cool. This is a nice way to do it. I mean, you're not really...
It's interesting.
Getting much from the voucher thing. I mean,
seems about the price.
Yeah.
Of the voucher, right?
Yeah, it's what you're paying for. It is the price of the PlayStation Plus membership and the store voucher put together. So, yeah, it's worth a shot. I mean, I'd seriously buy one of these if I was in the UK.
Yeah, I'd probably buy one if they release it here, but I don't know. I guess you do these different promotions across the world in different territories. Sometimes they miss out on stuff that we get over here, and sometimes we miss out on stuff that they get over there.
Exactly. All right, so you want to lead us into our next news story?
Yeah, this is one that I found quite interesting, and it kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest, and that is...
Like an RKO.
Like RKO. There's a brand new Friday the 13th game coming, and it's essentially a game that we previously knew about, called Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp, right?
Yep.
It was scheduled to be released, pretty soon, and then they decided to launch it, I guess would be the right term for it. I don't know what would be the right term for it. And make it into a Friday the 13th game. So it seems to be originally the game was supposed to come out soon, and now they've created a Kickstarter campaign for it to be turned into a Friday the 13th game. Hopefully this turns out well. Especially Friday the 13th games from the past haven't been very good at all.
Yeah.
But the stuff that I've seen of this in terms of the engine and the locales, it looks pretty cool. I'm interested to see how this turns out
Mm-hmm.
and how the gameplay mechanics are implemented and all that. So we'll see. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait till next year. Hopefully they get it around and get it out around Halloween next year. It'd be pretty perfect. So
yeah, that would be cool. It's nice to know that they're not starting from scratch. They already have like a foundation to work upon, and it's really cool that they got the license for the game. That's quite impressive, to be honest.
yeah, I can't think of the last Friday the 13th game except like the ones during like maybe the 16-bit generation or 8 even before that, the 8-bit generation.
Yeah, that's the only one
That's
I
to
can
be
think
some
of.
time, yeah.
Back on the old Nintendo.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else, yeah.
Yeah. And I believe the game's going to be, asymmetrical multiplayer, which means you'll have 7 people playing as the counselors and one person playing as Jason. That's it's kind of like Evolve, but probably going to be better.
Hopefully that turns out well for them because it seems like Evolve didn't really catch on.
No, it really didn't.
It kind of came out and it went. Like I haven't heard anybody still playing it, like or that even played it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, this looks cool.
Yep. And I like I was reading there before, I can't find it now, but they answered why they didn't go to a publisher, and their answer was simple. They wanted to make the game that they want to make, and in order to make a Friday the 13th game, they want to include, nudity, sex, extreme violence. So don't worry about getting a toned-down game here, folks. This is going to be pure on Friday the 13th by the sounds of it.
Mm-hmm. Which
Right.
is cool.
Yep, definitely.
Speaking of nudity.
Heyo. Yes, it's time for, I don't know, I guess we can call this the Lord X Japanophile news of the week, because Dead or Alive Extreme 3 gets a Japanese release date. That's right, DoA Extreme 3 will be available in Japan on February 25th, 2016. A new announcement from Famitsu confirms both the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita versions of the game will launch on that date. There's currently no confirmation of a Western release. Gio Corsi, add that to the list. Dead or Alive Extreme is a spin-off franchise from the main DoA franchise, where the girls from the series traditionally go on an island to play volleyball, model, and take part in other minigames. There's also a trailer up as well. It's very small, just a slight tease. You can search the internet at your own cautionary advisement for that. But yeah, I'm very curious if we'll ever see this over here.
I'm sure we will. Especially with like the recent releases. They've re-released Dead or Alive 5 times within the last 2 years. So I think they'll find room within their budget to release this, at least digitally, at the least.
Yep. Hopefully, anyway. I'd buy it. I need to make another video.
Yep.
Alright, so you've got our last semi-news story. Our, I don't know what to call this, our fucking hilarious news of the week.
This is like donkey of the week. Like this is unacceptable. So basically, a few weeks ago, video game site VG247 posted what looked like a hands-on preview of Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is so ridiculous. And they titled the article, "Is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End too formulaic?" Little to be known, they weren't playing Uncharted 4. They were playing Uncharted 2 Among Thieves on the PS4 from the Nathan Drake collection. And they just came out and said they made a huge mistake and didn't realize they were playing Uncharted 2.
That's so fucking hilarious.
Video game journalism at its best. It's unacceptable. It is embarrassing. It's hilarious. It is all of those in one. Like, whoever wrote this article, his credibility's gone.
Yep.
Like, the whole website's credibility's gone. Like, how do you get this guy to run something like this?
Yep. On an episode of Colin and Greg there today, the 14th of October, they were talking about this, and they looked up the original article, and the guy who wrote the original story even called himself an Uncharted veteran. Yeah.
See, this is people, you have to learn who you support in this industry because there's a lot of fakes, and this just clearly illustrates it.
Mm-hmm.
I could understand a simple mistake, maybe like you do an article and you maybe get the title of the game wrong, right? Or the release date. Sure, that's acceptable, but getting the game wrong completely,
Yeah.
like not even the same game, this is embarrassing. And I see here in the article that we're pulling it from, Neil Druckmann, who's one of the leads on Uncharted 4, posted to Twitter an image of Pitfall from the Atari, and it says, "New Uncharted 4 screenshot showing off the rope mechanic," with a smiley face, a winking smiley face. So that is pretty damn funny. When the lead of one of the leads, because I know as Neil and Bruce is the other lead on the game, you know, they take to Twitter and they make fun of this because this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
This is, how could you confuse? Like, I can understand. Like I spoke about this earlier. The Uncharted, remaster looks fantastic. It looks gorgeous. But if you've been following the trailers that they've been releasing for Uncharted 4, you could see the graphical leap has been tremendous going from the PS2 excuse me, now I'm making mistakes myself. The PS3 generation going into the PS4 generation. There is a massive definitive leap. So if they thought they were playing Uncharted 4, I don't know. They need to get their shit together, to be honest, because it's ridiculous. What do you think about this news story or whatever? Like, this is this is so ridiculous.
By far the best laugh I've had all week. That's really all I can say about this, because
I saw this from...
How can somebody, like, unless when this freelancer went to, view the demo for the Uncharted collection, he was, like, drunk off of sake, on mushrooms, something like that. But how can you get confused in something like this? It just boggles my mind.
They're trying to make the excuse that they were at TGS and there was some sort of language barrier. But if you've played the Uncharted franchise, you'll remember how certain games look in the franchise and what certain levels consisted of and certain set pieces, right?
Yeah.
And if you've been following Uncharted 4, you see there is a huge graphical leap with Uncharted 4. So this guy, I don't know what they were paying this guy, but he's not worth any of this. This is incredible. Just games journalism at its best. That's now I understand why people have issues with these different websites and they constantly criticize them, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense because they have people, unfortunately, people in their writing like this is just embarrassing. This is ridiculous. This is like some like Fox News like retarded thing. Anyway, I guess we could wrap it up for the
Right.
news or the the Big Boss news roundup.
News round table. There we go. The Big Boss News round table. Get
That makes
going.
sense. HD collection. We put that at the turbo.
All right. So, with the news out of the way, it is time to move into our topic of the week.
Tacos. Quiero Taco Bell. Dun.
Oh, good lord, we're going downhill fast, folks. Anyways, our topic of the week this week. We've got a lovely one to discuss here, folks, because EA decided this week that they were going to announce something new for Battlefront. That's right, the most anticipated Star Wars game in quite some time now. The beta was out. I played it. It was gorgeous. It played well. Not really up my alley for a full-priced game, but looking pretty damn good. So what did they announce? A season pass. Okay, season pass. That's fine. What's it going to cost, EA? $10? Nope. 20? Nope. 30? Nope. 40? No,
Nope.
that's too cheap. It's going to be $50. A $50 season pass. What?
Incredible.
Yeah, this is going into the realm of just being flat out ridiculous now. And they were bragging to like, oh, it's not going to have microtransactions. Well, I'd fucking hope not if we're going to be paying like $120 for this game. Or here in Canada, $130. Like, seriously.
Oh.
What do you have to say about this, Izzy?
This is probably the second stupidest thing that I've heard this week after the Uncharted situation. It might be stupider just because it affects me directly, and I kind of regret pre-ordering Battlefront, to be honest.
Ooh.
100%. I'm being completely honest. I pre-ordered Battlefront a few months ago because I was excited to see the when the game finally comes out and support it, whatever. And now from what I'm hearing from the beta, game, like you said, it's gorgeous, it's fun, but it's lacking in content. And now they want to charge you $50 on top of this to give you more content that should have been included in the game in the first place. Yeah. It's incredible. From what I'm reading here, it's going to consist of 4 expansion packs, right? And then they outline 3 new game modes, which...
That's a dick move.
Which kind of has me confused because I'm not 100% sure if that's new game modes within the season pass or new game modes that are coming to the game. It seems like they're part of the season pass, if I'm not mistaken, right? So new game modes, new maps, or you could buy them $15 individually. So you save $10 with the season pass, but this is BS. Unfortunately, the PlayStation Store. I'm so mad.
Slam the door on you.
I can't even think straight. I'm so mad. Does not give refunds for digital content, so I can't get a refund for Star Wars Battlefront, right? So the only thing I can do in this situation is not buy the season pass because I'm already locked into getting the game, right? Which I'm going to try out. I'm going to give it a fair shot. But this definitely sours my excitement for this game, especially somebody who passed on the beta because was excited to check out the full game with all the things implemented into it, with everything running smoothly. The final product, just gorge on that one that finally releases, but seems like there's not going to be much there for me to gorge on. There's just going to be more there down the line,
Mm-hmm.
especially with this not having a single player campaign.
Yeah.
It's it's getting ridiculous, and this is the second time this year that I've been burned on a season pass. The first one being Batman Arkham Knight
Yeah.
with all the stuff, and that was a $40 season pass, which was outrageous then, but I wanted to support it because I thought it was a fantastic game. I enjoyed what I played. Fortunately, the stuff that I played in the season pass was utter garbage. It wasn't even handled by Rocksteady, some of it at least. Like, for example, the Batgirl DLC was done by WB Montreal, which were the ones who did Arkham Origins, right?
Yep.
So it wasn't even Rocksteady, and then Rocksteady's been putting out a bunch of skins and challenge rooms and the Tim Burton Batmobile. Like, I don't care about none of that crap, which is stupid. I should have waited and have seen, and this has been a lesson for me moving forward in terms of season passes. Wait till I actually know what's included before I dive in,
Yep.
to be completely honest.
You mentioned the Batman one there. Our friend Aaron B. over on Outlaw Gamer Society, he actually posted a Arkham Knight Season Pass tally. The Season Pass, as you said, costed $39.99.
Yep.
The total cost of the DLC, $23.89 so far.
Really?
Yep. So
I wasn't even aware of that, to be honest. So I'm guessing there's stuff still coming out so far, but it's probably going to be utter garbage like the stuff that we've gotten so far.
yeah.
It's the Harley Quinn DLC, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was... They wouldn't consider that part of the season pass. That was more like a pre-order bonus, right? But I think it might have been included in the season pass down the line, maybe.
Okay.
That was whack. The Batgirl DLC, that was whack. All the other skins and I don't want this stuff. Like, it's stupid. And it's completely all on me, to be honest. I shouldn't have given them my money. I'm not gonna give these guys money for Battlefront until I actually if I enjoy the experience. But even then, I don't know, because I don't know if this game is gonna have any legs, to be honest, because we were just talking about earlier, Evolve. That came out. That came and went.
Mm-hmm.
Online-only game. Titanfall came out, came and went. Online-only game.
Yep.
Destiny's probably the only one of recent memory that's been an online-only game that's had staying power, but that's because it also has a single-player campaign that you could play by yourself, and you're not forced to. Some things you are. For example, the raid, you're forced to play with other people. But yeah, the game looks gorgeous from what I've seen, and I'm excited to play Star Wars Battlefront, especially going into this holiday season when the movie's going to be released in December.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars, hype is at a fever pitch at the moment, or getting to a fever pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just really frustrating that these companies keep adding all this stuff. And I'm a person that I'm willing to give them like $60. Like, I pre-ordered on the PS Store because I know I'm giving them the $60. Boom, get the money. But now they want to charge you $50 on top of that. Like, you could just wait for a Game of the Year version within a year that just includes everything, like Star Wars Battlefront, the Ultimate Edition. But who knows? Maybe by then the game's just dead. Like, it doesn't catch on. But from what I've heard, it's been kind of successful. Actually, really successful for a beta. I believe 9 million players, which was pretty big deal, to be honest. I was really surprised by that. But we'll see how it delivers when it releases. It's just it's so frustrating with all these season passes. Like, I'm not doing this again because Batman was a bad experience for me, to be honest.
Honestly, I think the only company that can be trusted with the season pass is probably Bethesda, because like they announced that yes, Fallout 4 is going to have a season pass, and they're not sure what's going to be in it yet, which is kind of annoying. But looking back at their previous track record with Skyrim, you know you're getting a massive amount of content for a season pass from them. And I'm trying to think of the other CD Projekt Red with their season pass. They put out the first part of that this week, I believe, with Witcher DLC, and that's another 10 hours of gameplay, so you know you're getting your money's worth. But with companies like EA or Activision, Warner Brothers especially, it's a better safe than sorry to hold off. Wait until you see what's out for the season pass. If they put out 4 or 5 pieces that really add up and equal to the value of a season pass, then buy the season pass, and maybe you get some other extra content too. But do not buy right away.
A company that I do want to shout out in all this negativity, which is actually very surprising because they can make a killing on their map packs. And that is 343. They've come out and said that all the DLC for Halo 5 in terms of the map packs is going to be free, which is really impressive. So that is 15 maps that are going to be released within, I guess, the next, 6 to 12 months of Halo 5.
Yeah.
They're going to be free at no additional cost.
Nice.
Which is awesome because they know they have a lot of competition to go up against with Call of Duty. They had some issues with Halo 4 where Halo 4 specifically, a lot of people were playing it the first week it came out. Then the next week, I believe Black Ops 2 hit, and they saw their numbers go down severely. So they're trying to be, extra giving with their fan base and, offering these free 15 maps at no additional cost, which I think is awesome. And I'm definitely going to be supporting that game. I already have it pre-ordered. So it's cool because it's going to be something that's there that I know is going to be coming. It's going to keep me engaged with the game. And that's really awesome. It's just unfortunate these other companies aren't doing the same.
Yeah, they're acting greedy.
Yeah, games are expensive, but at the same time, you're giving us a online-only game for $60 with not that much content. And now that I see that, it sounds really stupid that I pre-ordered it. But hey, shit happens. You get caught in the moment. And this is what they bank on, for you to get caught in the hype and the excitement of a release, which is awesome because I'm excited to check this out. Like I said, with Star Wars Episode 7 being around the corner. But I'm hoping it pans out well and the game comes out and it's a hit and people like it. And we'll see what happens. We saw what happened with the pre-order shenanigans that Square was trying to pull, right? With Deus Ex, how that turned out, which in the first place I wasn't really surprised by it. I wasn't, we had a discussion about it. We weren't shocked by it.
No.
But at the same time, I thought they could have handled that better, and they did. They just canceled the whole thing. Everybody who pre-orders it, right, gets all the different pieces of content, so that's cool.
Yep.
But it's still crazy. $50, that's almost the price of the game.
Yeah, I'm looking at an article here from Forbes, of all places. Their title, EA goes full dark side with the $50 Star Wars Battlefront Season Pass. Yeah, no, things are bad when Forbes magazine is commenting on you like that. But yeah, things definitely need to change, and I can't remember who was saying it now. Fuck, what podcast was it that I was listening to? But there was one anyway where they were talking about the season pass, and it's don't buy it. Don't buy the game in general. No, wait, that was, Jesus, P.S. I Love You.
Yeah.
Where Colin and Greg were talking about it. It's just
Just don't buy it.
buy anything involved with the game. Don't buy the game itself. Don't buy the season pass. Don't buy anything.
Yeah, that's why I wish I could get a refund, to be honest. But it's not going to happen because it's in their description. And that's the thing they need to fix, too, on the PlayStation Store. I should add that to my list that I'm working on. But I want to make a quick correction before we wrap this up that I said earlier about the 3 new modes. They're going to be available at launch, and they're part of the product itself. So they're not part of the season pass, like I said. There was some confusion with that. So those are Droid Run, Cargo, and Hero Hunt. So these are part of the actual game. It's just, it got muddled in their messaging when they put out that their season pass is $50. Like, that's what everybody focused on. So no, these 3 new modes are coming, and they're going to be at launch. They're not part of the season pass. They're part of the initial release of the game. So I want to make that correction before we get laughed at like the guy who thought Uncharted 2 was Uncharted. Ridiculous.
All right. Well, that's, I guess, going to do it for the topic of the week. I was trying to think of some other good season passes, but the only other thing I can think of is probably the Telltale games, but even then, those can be iffy because you...
Yeah, because you don't... Exactly. You wait 6 months for the thing
between episodes, yeah.
Right. I'm trying to think that maybe there's some good examples. Like I brought up the Halo 5 thing where they're giving the map packs out for free. Or in other cases, season passes that you've paid for, like that you actually enjoyed. You brought out like the stuff Bethesda does with Fallout and Skyrim.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head because I usually don't buy them. I guess it's more recently that I've started to buy them. Like I bought it for The Witcher. I'm not going to use it because I never even got past the game, so they got my money. They're laughing to the bank with that one, but yeah, I can't think anything else off the top of my head because even stuff like Uncharted 2, I never bought like the DLC that I could remember, Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3, because by then I had moved on to other online games. So yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'm sure there's stuff out there, you know, that's been good. The major releases this year, like I know Mortal Kombat had a season pass. Probably everything did. Witcher had a season pass. Batman had a season pass. Metal Gear doesn't have a season pass, but it has those microtransactions.
And insurance.
Yeah. That's just another frustrating discussion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to make sure that I'm going to play that game offline from now on so nobody could try to mess up bases and all that nonsense, but
yeah. So yeah, that's I guess a wrap on our topic of the week this week. As far as questions and comments go, we had some on the other podcast, but not on Glitched Out. So, guys, if you got questions and comments, please leave them down below. Like I said, tell me if you're from the UK or not if you're listening to this. I'm actually quite interested. But yeah, let us know about anything that we've talked about on the show today. Some topics that we didn't cover. Probably the Konami thing that I just mentioned right now. But yeah, ask us anything down below or via Twitter, which you can find our links in the description. So with that, Izzy, why don't you wrap up probably our quickest episode to date?
Yeah, it was pretty quick. That's what she said. But anyway, thanks everybody for checking out this episode of the Glitched Out Gaming Podcast, episode 18. Let us know in the comments section down below what do you guys thoughts, or what do you guys thought, I should say, of any of the topics that we had today. The Uncharted 2 being confused, Uncharted 4 nonsense, the new Friday the 13th game, a PlayStation Steelbook. Any of these topics are a topic of the week on season passes. Let us know in the comment section down below. For Lord X, I am Izzy, aka Israel Pacheco 89, and we are glitching out.